Let's get ready to rumble! What a performance that was!
Wonderful viewers out there. It's time for Sportsville. My name is George Aluo. We're set to roll again, and my colleagues are in-house. I must tell you, I'm not working alone as usual. Tony Ubani is in the studio, and baby of the house, Oluchi Tobes Tobechuku, is staging a comeback. She was unavoidably absent last week. It's getting loaded, very, very loaded, I must tell you, because sports is getting back, and to God be the glory. The pandemic is still with us, so still stay safe, wear your face masks, put on, ensure that you have your sanitizer in your pocket, and always avoid crowded places. That is the only way to beat coronavirus. Talking about sports, like I told you, is a loaded package. Today, we'll take a look at the state of Nigerian football. President of NFF, Amaju Pinnick, spoke within the week, and he bared his mind on a whole lot of issues. We'll take a look at those issues today, and then we'll start as usual with top news, and we'll go to fan zone. We'll say thank you, big thank you for all the text messages you've been sending to us. We'll read out some of your text messages today. Let's take this break. When we'll come back, then I introduce my guest. Don't go away. It is Sportsville. All right, welcome back. Let me go straight now and introduce my guest. Let me start with baby of the house, Oluchi Tobes Tobechuku. She was unavoidably absent last week, but today she is in the studio looking very stylish indeed. Oluchi, you're welcome to Sportsville.
Thank you so much, George. It's a pleasure to be here. Indeed, our viewers at home are really wonderful, and I'm happy to be here.
All right, Oluchi is happy to be back, and let me start by introducing, let me now introduce the big fish himself, talk about Tony Wokoma Yagazie Obade. Tony, you're welcome to Sportsville.
Thank you so much, George. It's a very good thing to be here on a day that anytime we roll, people will always listen because we have a lot to give to them.
Okay, we'll have a lot to give to them, and one man that we expect to give us a lot is the technical advisor of the Super Eagles. Talk about Genotra. Sunday Dare said, I don't have a problem with Genotra signing a new contract. NFA is in charge of football in Nigeria. I don't want to interfere, but with a clause, Genotra, you must deliver, because that is the word, because we are paying you so much and you need to deliver. Tony, Sunday Dare saying Genotra must deliver.
Yes, that's how experts do it. You know, he expertly told him, I don't have anything against you, but what I have with you is the fact that you must deliver. There are no two ways about it. You are coming back, your second missionary journey must end in success. So that's a message that the sports minister has sent to the Nigerian Football Federation, and of course copied all Nigerians. And I think that the Pinnick-led NFF, they have gotten the message. That message is laced with a lot of, behind the scene questions, George. The minister asked so many questions there. And of course, the NFF, they were very, very smart. You know, they did everything, tried as much as possible to see that Genetro, got back on call to represent Nigeria. But then, representing Nigeria and of course coming to coach Nigeria the second time is not in question. What is in question is, will he deliver? And if he doesn't deliver, the sports minister has said it, that you must deliver, or he didn't conclude it.
All right, sports minister Sunday Dare, he said, I don't want to interfere, but the bottom line is I want result. this is a sports minister that is insisting on results. Please deliver. Once you deliver, you are my friend. I think that's a good one coming from the sports minister.
It is indeed a good one coming from the sports minister. It is expected of Genetro to deliver. I think Nigerians in whole have given him a second opportunity, to right the wrong. Not a lot of people were not impressed with his performance the first time, and this second time that he's been given the chance is for him to come, do well with the team. The team is very motivated. Impress Nigerians. You have quality players. You have your choice. Nobody's impressing any players on you. So I think it's the time for Genetro to write his name in gold.
Okay, Genetro, please write your name in gold in line with the directive of the sports minister. We're on the same page with him here because Nigeria deserves the very, very best. All right, away from Genetro and his return to Eagles, let's now go straight to top news, and we'll begin with Scrabble. We'll have a way of giving the so-called leisure sports all the attention they deserve here on Sportsville. Scrabble, the organizers of MGI Scrabble tournament, they said because of COVID-19, they are putting all the games on hold. The one that is supposed to hold on July 18 in Port Harcourt and the one that is built for September has been cancelled, and they said they will take a look at the situation and decide by August 31 whether the MGI Scrabble Premier League for 2020 will end or not, because at the end of the day, the life of Scrabble players and their health comes top as priority. Tony, I think MGI organizers of MGI they are saying that they're putting everything on hold until August 21 before they take a decision.
Got their own point, and of course, taking a cue from so many other organizations that have equally called time on their sports. And like you said when you started this program, that coronavirus is still with us. So I think it has not gone away. It's still a pandemic, and indeed, everybody must be very, very careful. And that's exactly what the men in Scrabble are doing. So nobody, for all the competitions in Port Harcourt, there's not going to be any scramble for this Scrabble, Judge.
Okay, everybody is being careful, and talking about being careful, even the organizers of the postponed Olympics 2020 are taking everything easy and being very careful. They've gone back to the organizing committee. Their workers have gone back to their headquarters. They started work, but in working, they are ensuring that they are at 50% capacity. Some people will work from home, while all others will gradually return to the secretariat. And everybody that's returning to the secretariat must wear a mask and ensure that temperatures are checked before they get into the headquarters of the organizing committee. Oluchi, gradual step.
Yes, and I also want to believe that this was one of the very few groups that were proactive. They knew what they wanted to do very quickly. They made their pronouncements. We're going to have a Tokyo 20 in 2021, and I'm not surprised, with all what they have put in place right now. The most important thing is securing the lives of everybody involved, and both the organizers inclusive.
All right, from the Olympics, let's now take you to doping. The battle, while the coronavirus is still with us, WADA is ensuring that athletes, like we told you last week, are not doping. And now Russia, that they hammered for 4 years, have decided to drag them to the Court of Arbitration for Sports, CAS, and a ruling will come up in November 2nd and 5th. WADA and RUSADA, the battle continues. Russia wants to get out of the hook, but World Anti-Doping Body has accused Russia of aiding and abetting doping in sports. So let's see how that pans out, and that will be on November 2nd and 5th. Tony.
Judge, it's really going to be an interesting thing, because I think there were a lot of evidences, that
against
were
Russia.
Yes, against Russia, and they also knew, But then one thing about law is that, Judge, no matter, you can never say this is for sure. Depending on how it goes, Russia might just wriggle out of this. But I think the evidences are waiting for them to come out clean.
All right, the evidences against Russia are very weighty, but we'll put our fingers crossed. CAS has now decided that by November, they will rule on whether Russia will remain banned or not. That's top news. Let's take a break now. When we come back, we'll continue the show, and I hope you are enjoying it. It is Sportsville. All right, welcome back. We are now part 2 of the show, and we are taking a look at the state of Nigerian football. Last week, Bevin Amaju-Pinnick, the president of NFF, had a Zoom interview with Nigerian journalists, and he bared his mind on a whole lot of issues. To start with, he said they've decided to give Genetra another chance, and he said the priority of NFF now will be the Super Falcons and the Super Eagles, because they have to prioritize some of their activities. Now, talking about the league, they are still, Pinnick said they will wait on government to know when the league will bounce back. For now, the league has not been cancelled. So many other countries, like 15 countries in Africa, have decided to cancel their league, and the latest being GFA, Ghana Football Association. They've decided to call time on the league. But Nigeria is still waiting, and all of this Pinnick spoke about. So we'll take a look at all that. Let's start with the Super Falcons, because I know that is where Oluchi's interest is. Falcons and Eagles, top priority, Oluchi.
Well, my interest generally is in women football in general.
Not just the Super Falcons.
Not just the Super Falcons, but
Okay.
I think for the first time, the president of the NFF.
So are you happy that NFF has prioritized?
He's been decisive,
Okay.
you know, in taking some of these decisions, because you can't just sweep in the whole national teams in all competitions, whereby the financial muscle of the federation is very weak and lean. And with this kind of decision that is taken, for me, it will kind of demotivate a whole lot of old men and women from featuring in age grade competitions, because a lot of them, when you go there, the scrabble is for money. A lot of them, they just want to play. Agents come here and there and, you know, distract them from the real business.
So you are comfortable with than playing the age grade competitions?
No, you don't have to deceive yourself. We do not have the financial muscle. They go for competitions, they are on strike, they don't want to leave the country, they are in the hotels, everybody agitating for bonuses that are nowhere to be found. If the federation is saying we do not have these monies, unless these teams, they go for these competitions and make do with their appearance fee alone, if they're okay by that, there is nothing wrong. But what I know, I have watched the history of our age grade teams, especially the under 17 and under 20. We have a lot of men that go for these competitions.
Oh, look, I don't know about that.
No, and
okay.
When you look at some of these Western countries, the motivation is educational scholarship. They don't tie their performances to finance
and all that. Okay, to that extent, I agree with you. Okay, before I come to Tony, Super Falcons, they don't still have a coach. Is that not worrisome?
It's in the pipeline. That was how we wasted time.
I hope this pipe will not burst.
For Thomas Deneby, and this is independent of the NFF. You know, it's a private organization that is doing the recruitment, and they're just waiting for them to pick a coach for the Super Falcons. You know, Pinnick said something, that Super Falcons is the most motivated team.
You can see that is coming with a smile from Oluchi. The most motivated team, they did well last season. We'll give them kudos because they are champions of Africa. Not that about that, the Super Falcons have done very well. So it's good that the NFF is making them one of the priorities. Then Tony, let's come to the Super Eagles. Pinnick equally talked about Eagles being top priority. World Cup qualifiers, Nations Cup qualifiers, mandate to Rua to win the Nations Cup in Cameroon if it is going to hold or if it is postponed, and all that. What is your take on it?
Well, George, we were not expecting anything less from the NFF president. Of course, he hit the nail on the head, and indeed, that's exactly what all Nigerians. Oluchi did mention that Nigerians, not everybody, you know, were happy about Genetro's contract renewal. And of course, I think the old news now lies on the Nigeria Football Federation executive and Genetro himself, you know, to deliver. Those are the things. And we started with a minister warning that you must do this, or...
And you are on the same page with him.
I do not know. The minister did not, just pronounce it. He said, you must perform, or... You never know. It could be that you must perform, or we give you a third time.
Nobody rewards failure. So it's either he performs or he gets the exit door.
But indeed, I think it's very, very clear, you know, that the Super Eagles, they do not have a choice. Nigerians, we don't want to get to the final and lose, and then, you know, count that as
as success.
as a success or a record. It's not what we want. And, you know, a country like Nigeria with all the number of people and of course the stars that we have in all the leagues in the world, it's either the trophy or nothing, George. That is it.
Okay.
And for a team that there is money, they are not 8 great teams.
Okay, Tony, let's leave the Super Eagles because of time. Let's come to this other very, very contentious issue. Our league, so many countries have cancelled theirs, and we are still waiting to see how things pan out. What is your take on that?
I do not know what we're waiting for. Honestly, I think that
we're waiting for the coast to be clear.
The Nigeria Professional Football League are not moving with the times, if you ask me.
Okay.
You know, because as it is, you did mention about the number of African countries, you know, that have
15 on the whole.
You know, cancelled. Beyond that, you know, some other. If we want to start, we should start. If we don't want to start,
go the war Burundi.
Burundi,
they are playing their league.
They are playing. George, if we do not want to start, let us equally know that something is happening everywhere in the world. You know, there's a systematic announcement of what is happening. It shows that people are working and people are thinking. You know, this league will start. Premier League is starting June 17.
Yes.
La Liga and all those. As in, people are thinking. But you just. This one is indefinite. They are waiting on government.
Tunisia Football Federation said they are going for a playoff in August. So we can see the calendar.
Exactly what I'm telling you. As in here, we are just saying that we're waiting on government, we are waiting on NCDC and all those things. I do not know what is happening with our league. Is that an indication that something is wrong with the league? Or the managers of the league?
Oluchi, even the women's league.
I don't think...
In fact, the women's league had not even started before the pandemic.
Well, I think it's not the fault of the LMC or the fault of the NWFL. You can't just come out and make crucial decisions like that in isolation. It's tied to what the government says. If there are ban on interstate...
Yeah, but other FAs make proposals to government. It was the English FA board that made proposal to government that we want to restart in June. La Liga made the same proposal. We've seen other countries make proposals. What proposals have our boards made to the government?
Because I've seen past experiences have made me to know that even the runnings of the league and vital decision has got nothing to do with the LMC. It is actually the chairman of the club owners that make decisions concerning the league. And we're talking about health issues. Nigeria is a peculiar country. Ghana and all these countries that you are talking about, when you can't juxtapose our population, for God's sake.
Oh, has it got to do with population?
It has got a lot to do with population.
So, Tony,
in terms of transmission,
the most populous countries cannot longer do sports. That's what it means.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I don't agree.
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't agree. Okay. I think you know, you asked something about proposals. As in, we know that yes, indeed, government is totally in control of everything. But then there must be proposals. Somebody must guide. Somebody must guide
in taking a
somebody
decision.
must guide the government. You must always bring up proposals.
Saying there are no
you
proposal?
must always say some things. At least prepare the minds of so many fans, anxious fans.
Like South Africa has come up with a roadmap on when their league is going to start.
As in everywhere, George, you must guide the government. The government is solely concerned on the coronavirus, and of course they are moving ahead with the NCDC. But the Nigeria Football Federation, with a lot of they can draw a lot of examples from other places. We can be doing this. We can contend this. We can also observe social distancing, and of course, football. So many things that we have seen the Bundesliga start. We can also the Nigeria Professional Football League can as well say they are going to play without fans. We want something that can also
proposal that government can look at.
Government can look at. I think we can't just be dependent. Okay, we're waiting for government. The government might decide that.
Like CAF has made a recommendation that past winners of the FA Cup can even come up as a
representatives.
And FIFA has drawn up its own health program guidelines that countries can look at. So Oluchi, these are things coming up from
I think there are proposals here and there. The CEO of the NLO had come out to say that if the ban on football is lifted, it will take them just 8 weeks to start and finish the NLO league. And I know for women's football, they're only waiting for the leads to be lifted. Everybody,
I hope those guys are being paid, Oluchi.
Of course.
Confirm that the clubs are paying
I can reel out I mean, Edo Queens, Rivers Angels,
that are
Adamawa
paying.
Queens.
What of those that are not paying?
We have to look deeply to teams like Abia Angels,
What?
where Tony comes from. I'm
Tony.
going to send Tony, to such a state.
Tony, is it true that Abia Queens are not being paid?
Pelicans, they are owing like
George,
10 months.
I think,
We've carried
George,
placard, we've appealed to them.
The pandemic is biting harder. We noticed that, from the Zoom conference by the Nigeria Football Federation president, and of course they're trying to wither the number of teams they have in the national teams. Something like the Sand Eagles, futsal, all those teams are going to come down, because as it is, the Nigeria Football Federation is equally feeling the pinch from their sponsors.
So are you saying that Abia State government is equally feeling the pitch?
Absolutely.
And Abia Queens should not be paid?
Absolutely. They are feeling
Did you hear that?
It doesn't have a choice than to say this.
We're waiting for the government.
I just, it's a serious issue. Okay. I'm also using this opportunity to appeal to the governor of Cross River State. Pelican Stars, they've been there over 10 months salary. The last time the players, they carried placard even during the COVID lockdown. I think they should just have pity on these girls. They've been in camp for so long. They didn't even release them to go home. Let them pay them.
I agree with you.
They have been in camp even
throughout.
Even with the coronavirus.
Come to look at
They have been
Come
in
to
camp.
look at it. If there's any state that should pay, it should be Cross River, because there is no coronavirus in Cross River. So why is Ayede not paying? Ayede, please, if you are listening to us, we agree that there is no coronavirus in Cross River. So if there's any state that shouldn't owe, it should be Cross River. Please
Cross
pay
River,
those girls.
He has waived off a lot of people from paying taxes. So
there's nobody to pay the girls. No, I don't agree with that. Please, Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade, you are doing very well. We want you to pay Pelican Stars. They've been complaining, and these girls don't need to suffer this much. Well, that's part 2 of the show. Let's take another break. When we come back, we'll go to Fan Zone, where you have been sending us so many text messages, but we'll be able to take some. I just hope you're enjoying the show. All right, welcome back. We're coasting home now, but we must go to the fan zone and bring you some of the text messages from the fans. Very lovely ones. And let's start from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, where Jonah from Abuja's Wuse, he lives in Wuse Zone 2, said, "Whoa, I love you people's t-shirt, and I'll be very glad to have one." Tony, Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah, it's if you come out from the belly of the fish, I'll give you mine.
All right, Jonah, don't worry. I'll get my producer Tayo Guche to send you one. Just tell us your address. I will give you a Sportsville t-shirt so that you can be part of the show. From there, let's now bring you to Lagos, where Banji Alfred sent this one. He said it's a wonderful development to learn that the sports ministry is reaching out to former Super Eagles heroes, so humane and all characteristics of Nigeria. Banji Alfred from Lagos, Oluchi.
Yes, a wonderful initiative of the minister. I think he's gone out to touch the lives of all these our fallen heroes, their mom especially, and the ones that have injury. Nobody expected that. The Minister of Sports have come up with so many initiatives that people are just surprised that this guy is wearing his thinking cap, and is also open to any new ideas that anybody wants to pass across to him. I think it's good.
All right, good one coming from the sports minister. The harmattan of reaching out to ex-internationals. Please, sports minister, let it blow to Calabar, Cross River State, where you have Uwem Ekarika, the late Uwem Ekarika. Ernest Okonkwo used to call him the harmattan. The mother is still alive, and that woman needs palliative. And I hope that the sports minister, Uwem Ekarika, actually from somewhere in Uyo, in Akwa Ibom State. Please, the harmattan, very fantastic ex-international he was for Nigeria. And then from Lagos, let's now take you to Benin City, where Hubert from Benin City said this one. Said it was awesome listening to your sports show, and I'm happy for our sports minister, Mr. Sunday Dare. He's giving hope to our sports once again. May God bless him and give him more grace to continue his good works. And top up to you guys. Tony, this is from Hubert from Benin City in Edo State.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hubert, and indeed we equally agree here. The minister came and of course has injected life into the sports ministry, I guess the minister has really been doing well, if you compare where he's coming from and where, and of course all the former sports ministers we had. I think this a very good,
is blowing.
this is a very good blessing from President Muhammad Buhari. For the very first time in the sports ministry, he got this absolutely right.
Okay, the president got it right, and one man that wants Roa to get it right too is Akko Friday from Abuja. He said Roa should not just be given the target of qualifying us for the World Cup, he should be given the target of reaching the finals of the World Cup. Is that it all on that?
Roa knows he needs to do well. He needs to do very well, especially starting from winning the AFCON before we now start talking about the World Cup. But he must go beyond, where we got it in the last World Cup in Russia.
Okay, Roa, please.
Sorry, Akko didn't just say he should get to, the final of the World Cup. He said he should go and win the World Cup.
He should go and win the World Cup.
Yes,
it's not a mission impossible.
It's not a mission impossible,
It's not a mission
George. I
impossible.
remember that there were a lot of predictions in the past.
Like Pele said, if there's any African country that can get to the semi-final and final of the World Cup and winning it, it is Nigeria. And I think we've got all the talent. So, Genotra, Akko is saying that it is not a mission impossible. We want to say a big thank you to all of you who sent text messages. Jerry from Abuja, thank you very much. CJ from Lugbe in Abuja, thank you so much. It's just that we cannot take all the text messages. Then Obatuga from here in Lagos, you are supporting Tony Ubani on ex-internationals. So Obatuga, well, we know that the ex-internationals themselves are doing something so that it will not just be palliative that is coming from government. Well, that's the show. I hope you have enjoyed it today. Let's say a belated happy birthday to the sports minister. He was 54 last week, and I think he is doing very well. Oluchi.
A young man. I will call him young because he's proved, to a lot of people.
Very energetic.
If you are good, if given the opportunity, you can't hide what you have in him. We wish him success in whatever he does from our station here. And I must say, it's been a wonderful conversation with our viewers at home.
All right, SAD will say happy birthday. Tony.
Yeah, the minister's birthday. We've only been reading and listening, hearing it from radio, TV, and reading on newspapers. We have not seen any of the minister. Normally, there is a house rule, when you are celebrating the birthday. There is no social distancing from the birthday. And I don't want to take it, giving his acronyms as sad. The minister says he's a happy man.
Yes, he is.
He's not sad.
Yes, Sunday, Dare is not a sad man. He's a very happy man. And we pray that God will continue to bless and keep him, and he will celebrate many more years in good health. That's the show. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye and God bless.